I just assumed people want great content. Because that's all I was told. TV land needs great content. I'll raise my hand for that. I want to create great content. And then I just thought, make great content, live happily ever after. That's the biggest crock. What is the end game though? How are we going to continue to build an ecosystem that feeds the creator so the creator can continue to give?
Welcome back, Envisionaries, to the Dream into Being podcast, where mind science, transformational psychology, and magic all merge into one. If you're ready to dream again and transcend the inertia of what you've known, then I invite you to join me, your host and Envisioneer, Kat Divine, in expanding the boundaries of your own Fantasia by remembering that you are the master you've been waiting for.
All of us think about like, this could have been this. Well, why didn't we put that into the plan? Why didn't we think beyond? So that's just one example. However, every example, what I became known for is helping people to launch and to create the vision. What I wasn't known for and didn't know how to do was make it sustainable. So honestly, at that time, I had no interest. I will be completely honest. I could care less who was sitting on the other side of the television screen. I just assumed people want great content. That's all I was told. TV land needs great content. I'll raise my hand for that. I want to create great content. And then I just thought, make great content, live happily ever after. That's the biggest crock.
Right.
So for anyone who may have pursued a dream or gone all in, and then maybe felt like they felt that there was like an end and then there was nothing to show for it at the end. Yeah, you have everything to show for it because you have the entire trajectory, everything that you learned, all the relationships you built, all the successes. The thing actually existed that you created, that you put out. However, you and I did not understand the value of creating it for the person who ultimately would be consuming what your creation was. And if we don't know who we're creating for, and if we don't care about who we're creating for, then that cycle of life doesn't come back around.
Wow.
And so now everything that I create, everything that I coach to help legacy makers, entrepreneurs, visionaries, I'm saying entrepreneurs twice, so you must be entrepreneurs if you're watching this. I'm dialing into you. What is the end game? So at the beginning of this conversation, what do I love the most? Is holding up a mirror and helping you find and discover your voice. And then now let's go back and also remember what we're talking about. Our voice is not always the words we use. It's the emotions that we emit. It's the experience that we create. We can communicate in multiple ways. And our voice communicates and emits in multiple ways. When we can align that desire and that passion, that vision, and those beautiful visions that we see, and we're like, I want to create that. Because I guarantee if you're watching this and you're following my sister, you're a creator.
Yes.
I want to create that. So my encouragement to you, which is now my world, is before you create it, consider who you're creating it for and how this will affect their lives, and how this will make them feel like they truly matter, and that they feel safe in your presence, that they feel loved in your presence, that they feel like they have a true witness in your presence. And then think about what it is, once you have built that community, that you want for them and that you also want for you. Like, what is that reciprocal thing that they can then consume and pay you for bringing to them? Because people gladly pay for joy and love and experience. And guess what? Sponsors bought sponsorships from us because they were so excited about being on TV. And continue that trajectory. What is the end game, though? How are we going to continue to build an ecosystem that feeds the creator, so the creator can continue to give, right? So an ecosystem that contributes authentically, so that the contribution brings back the abundance that's needed to the creator to continue.
Huge.
So without that, without knowing what that is and exploring what that can be and committing yourself to, because even if you don't have all the answers, you must be committed to having those next steps, to serving those that are receiving your gifts. Or you just need to be happy with creating something that has a beginning, middle, and end. Because the end will come. If you haven't thought about what happens next, you're going to be the fish in the plastic bags at the end of the movie watching Nemo saying, now what? And was that a failure? No.
Right.
All it was there was nothing else to manifest, because there was nothing else in the program, in the blueprint, in the trajectory.
Right. And I'm so glad that you're talking about this, because I think there's a lot of perspectives to look at it, a different lens through. So in some ways, I actually think it's okay, because we have these different chapters of our life and we have these different callings at different moments of maturity, right? So it's almost like, thank God that didn't have extended chapters.